But do you know anything about the Snyder Cut?
Well, I know what a whole bunch of people on Twitter keep crying out for, but it doesn't exist. As far as I know, it doesn't exist. I mean, of course, there's always like initial early drafts or like early cuts that they'll show studios and stuff like that, but I'm sure that's as far as that got. You can't believe everything online. Shocker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I would encourage anyone who's still waiting for some Snyder Cut to be released to focus your passion into another cut of something else, because it's just not happening. Doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just curious if you knew about it. And
Yeah. I mean, I'm still waiting for the Snyder Cut to be released.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. It doesn't exist.
Good one.
Cheers.
I like your beard.
One of the deepest thinkers that I've ever heard break down like human behavior and I don't know, just an understanding of all that stuff, and I think good wisdom along with it is Jordan Peterson. I think he would be a person that I would trust. I think that guy has a lot of integrity. And so that would be somebody too. But I also know Jordan has his own things that people have issues with. Like, I get it. Nobody's perfect. We're not going to find.
He's kicked off Twitter right now because he said something about Ellen Page. Yeah. Elliot Page. Yeah. Called her Ellen Page. Like, I think that was the number one thing. Yeah. The dead naming.
Yeah.
D-list actor Zachary Levi mocks Britney Spears ending her conservatorship.
Some fans exclaimed, in fact, that Zachary Levi might actually be who so many accuse Chris Pratt of being. That was one of my favorite comments I saw.
There's a whole contingent of comic book fans that it's really unfortunate that there's this one particular group of people that think they don't like me because I don't agree with them on other comic book movies and you know who I'm talking about. But instead of there being a conversation, like they take so many of my words or things completely out of context. Yeah. And then they go stir up all the other people that they know online, and they all just want to attack and attack and attack and attack. Just breathe. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be better than okay.
James Gunn, and I'm sure most of you guys know who James Gunn is because he's made all kinds of incredible movies and television shows like Guardians of the Galaxy and Suicide Squad and stuff. So he's one of my bosses now, which is dope. Also, he's a friend of mine, so that makes it even cooler. And then Peter Safran, who is his partner, is my producer. He produces the movie Shazam. So your question is, if those are my two bosses, is there a plan and a future for Shazam? I would say, yeah, I would hope so. Because those are my friends. And if they don't have a plan, then they are not my friends anymore. No, sir.
I have no idea what's ultimately going to happen to me. I think I'm in a pretty good position. I think we made a great movie. I think it's going to do reasonably well. I hope so. But again, regardless of that, if they decide at some point that, hey, this is the way we got to go, I mean, then, them's the breaks. That's how it goes. And I hope that people enjoyed, at whatever point I finished playing the role of Shazam, I hope people enjoyed my tenure playing the role and that they come with me to whatever else I get to go and do. That's it. Okay. So I don't want to, it's hard for me to see all these random comments and like basically lies and things that people were throwing around online and not want to respond, because I hate lies. I hate deceit. I hate injustice so much. And so I want to set records straight. By the way, so does James. He's been doing this for a long time. That's why he's so active on Twitter, because he really wants people to know what's up truly and wanting to set records straight. And so it's, that's why you'll see action from me or him or other people coming to defense. It's not because we want to get tied up in some random argument with an internet troll. It's because we're trying to help cut through all of this random, deceitful banter that just keeps going around and around, because a lot of people who are very good, kind people who really like Shazam or these other things are getting worried, like, oh, is this all falling apart? Is this all going away? Everyone just take a breath. I know we've seen some characters, some actors that are taking an exit, and I know that's difficult. That's difficult for even me. You know what I mean? I was hoping I got to work with a lot of these folks, but it's just not the way it's going to go down right now. Snyder tried to do it. It just didn't ultimately materialize, guys.
I asked Zachary Levi about this, and he said since the COVID vaccine killed half the population, a smaller turnout is to be expected, so he's not concerned.
Asher Angel, who plays Billy Batson, and Zachary Levi, they need to meet up and get on the same page. Because when he's Billy, he's got a more toned down attitude. Yeah. And then when he's Zachary Levi, he's like, I mean, when Zachary Levi takes over and he's Shazam, he's playing it goofy, almost like a 12 or 14-year-old.
It's like Billy Batson is actually a man, and this dude he's just a big doofus, man.
And I get why he's doing it. You know, he's trying to, keep the energy and the humor going. Yeah. But the two things don't match up. And with all the other characters, for the most part, it does.
But if I ever fought The Rock in real life, he'd probably kick my ass. I don't know. He's a massive dude. I don't ever intend to fight The Rock in real life. Unless he screws with my family or something, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Mahalo, bro.
A few moments later.
Zachary seemingly confirmed this report, posting the article to his Instagram story, writing, "The truth shall set you free."
Remember when Sankita caught up with Zachary just a few weeks ago in Toronto? He seemed to throw some shade at Black Adam.
Oh yeah. Did you watch Black Adam?
I have not.
You haven't?
I have not.
Are you gonna watch it?
Eventually. I mean, I've got a whole, full plate of other things that I need to get to.
People are slagging on James Gunn because Jennifer Holland, his wife, who is an actress who's on a show, who's on Peacemaker and was in Suicide Squad, yes, but is connected to the Justice Society. We used Jennifer and Steve in that scene, in the mid-credit scene in Shazam. But that was not the original intent. The original intent was to have Hawkman and Cyclone be there to inviting me. By the way, this is a little bit of a spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen the movie. Sorry! Whatever, it's all online anyway. So our intent, our desire, Walter Hamada, Peter Safran, David Sandberg, myself, everybody, we had a awesome scene that would have tied me in to the JSA with Hawkman and with Cyclone, and we were thwarted. This is not me. I'm not talking about these things as I'm trying to blame anybody for our movie doing however well or not well it's doing. I am merely coming to the defense of the people that ought to be defended. I'm coming to the defense of truth, because truth is good, and we should all live in it, guys. Even when it's hard, even when it's something that might fly in the face of something that we already might have believed before, and now it challenges whatever our idea or our opinion is. We need to live in the truth, okay?
Dwayne Johnson had absolutely nothing to do with Shazam 2 not working out at the box office. You know why that didn't work out? I think Zachary Levi caused problems for himself, and then he just went on and was more of a little biatch with this.
To say the least, The Rock is something you're not undisputed champion, so shut up, bitch.
Oh my God. I don't know if you saw, talk about lack of personal dignity. I don't know if you saw Zachary Levi's tweet, where he also said yesterday that he loves The Last of Us and he'd really like to be in it. And he then added Neil Druckmann and was like, how about putting me in The Last of Us? And you're like, don't you have an agent, Zachary Levi? And I'm like, who are you gonna freaking play, man? Maybe he's like, I could be Abby. You're like, I was just like, oh my God. He deleted the tweet? He deleted it? Oh, that's hilarious. But it lives on screenshots forever. It was hilarious. It was so bad.
Their next role